I'm Cindy Pritchard with Keep Oconee County Beautiful, and today I'd like to talk with you about recycling. Here in Oconee County, we accept in our recycling bins plastic, metal like a soup can, this glass, which is a pickle jar, and aluminum. In the separate containers, we take cardboard boxes or any kind of mail and office paper that you have like that. All the recycle needs to be clean. You can leave the lids on. Just make sure that they're rinsed out and clean. So that will help us to provide a clean recycling product that goes on to its next life, right? So the other things that I want to talk to you with about recycling is what you can do as far as recycling, what needs to go in the trash headed to the landfill, and what might be able to go in your compost bin. So this is the repurposed container here that I use in my kitchen. I put my compost in here. It has a lid on it. I don't have to smell it. I can take it out to my compost pile, then I can rinse it out and reuse it. So today I thought to simplify things for recycling, we would talk about what you can recycle as far as your lunch. So if somebody brought you pizza for lunch, this handy container right here happens to be, some companies use sleeves, and this is perfect. See how the food is on this? All I have to do is put this sleeve right here into my trash bin. The rest of this will go to the recycle because my container is nice and clean. If this came from a business that did not have a sleeve in it, then what we would do if we had food debris on it is just tear off the part that had the food debris, put that into the trash, and then the other part can go into the recycle. So that's a lunch if you were lucky enough to get some pizza, right? If you happen to have some drive-through at this point lunch, I want to talk to you about what you can do with these items. So the bag that it came in can be recycled. It's called a tangler because it would get caught up in the sorting machine. So it has to go to one of your big box or your grocery stores. The same with this container that the food came in. It's styrofoam, and so it's going to need to go to special recycling. There is a French fry left in here. So no food in the containers. You need to either finish eating this or dispose of your food, which it could go in your compost bin as well. Sometimes we get too many napkins. If you don't use your napkins, please don't waste them. Try to find a reuse or repurpose, or just use them as a napkin later so that we don't have a lot of waste. We can't grow any more land for our trash, for our landfills, so we don't want to send anything unnecessary to the landfill. If you had a paper from your straw and it's clean and dry, it can go in with the cardboard and paper recycle. Another option we have here is if you have your lunch, we took a picnic this weekend, and so our lunches needed to stay dry, and so we put them in plastic bags. If this bag is clean, it can go in the recycle if you can't reuse it several times, same as this bag that your sandwich might go in. We do have some containers that are not recyclable, so we talked about aluminum is recyclable. This raisin box, when you're through consuming the raisins, can actually just be flattened and put in the cardboard since it's paper. We have some containers that some of our snacks come in that are not recyclable. It would seem like they would be. Plastic on the outside, aluminum on the inside, and so we can't recycle that, nor can we recycle a stiff plastic. So you have to be able to tear the plastic in order for it to go in with your bags. We see a lot of these on the side of the road. This is really considered litter. When you eat your banana, please don't throw your peel out. That is not something that grows around here, and it causes a hazard if animals are collecting to investigate what it is. So that makes that kind of a safety issue. Another even better lunch item is your reusable lunch bag here. They do make actually Ziploc bags that you can rinse out and reuse. That's a good option. We also, if you have a choice to make, a reusable set of silverware would be better than a one-time use. Now sometimes you don't have any choice, but always try to make the best choice for what you can do with it. Reusable water bottles, you can get glass, you can get them made out of metal, and they can also be made out of plastic. Another option would be sometimes when you get a lunch, you might have a paper sack. If you're able to reuse some of your containers, sometimes sometimes the kids like to decorate the top, but that's a good reusable container in there as well. And then we hear a lot about the water bottle and trying to repurpose. You can reuse these a time or two as well. Sometimes this is the only option that you have, and so that's okay. So we just want to remind you that remember to try to recycle what you can recycle. If it can be composted and turned into some good compost for your soil, that's great. And then what needs to go in the trash will go to the landfill. So again, in Oconee County, we take clean recyclables at all 5 of our collection sites. If you ever have any questions, please let us know. We have a website that has plenty of information on it, and we'll be glad to answer your questions. So thank you for what you do to help us keep Oconee County clean, green, and beautiful.